Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and I'm going to share with you one of the most successful trading patterns that I know. This happens to be the front page of my newsletter. What I want you to focus on is the very bottom. This is the newsletter from Thursday, September 19th. The newsletter is out by about 8 o'clock in the morning each day. At the very bottom, in the shorter term, the Emini 30-minute chart is showing another price RSI divergence pattern, which suggests a pullback to either the 0.382 or the 0.618 retracement level, 1714 or 1706, respectively. Now, I was also in this trade live. I shared this with listeners of my 9 to 11 o'clock show. You might have caught that. And it's trading the Emini, which is, by the way, it's the S&P futures contract. Each point in the Emini is worth $50 per contract. You need $4,375 in your trading account in order to be able to control one contract. It moves in increments of a quarter, so each point would have 4 quarters in it, or $12.50 per quarter point. And if you don't trade the Emini, that's okay. What the market is doing 24 hours a day is discovering price. You still want to be able to understand the patterns that are going on inside the Emini to maybe take your trades. Maybe in the S&P you would trade the 300% long and short, the SPXS or the SPXL. So all of these are great trading vehicles. Now, the pattern that's set up is what I refer to as price RSI divergence. Here happens to be when Ben Bernanke or the FOMC came out with their minutes. It's a 30-minute chart that we're looking at. And when price moves higher, but the relative strength indicator is not confirming that, it's an indication that price may begin to pull back. Now, it's just not that aspect that you have to take a look at. You really need to understand what the bulls and the bears, in this case here, what the bulls and the bears are telling you. So it's about understanding Japanese candlestick charting. So the real question is, how do you know when to take a trade, or when to take any trade for that matter? In fact, if you're trading without the knowledge of understanding what the bulls and the bears are telling you, and they always communicate to you via candlestick patterns, you want to make sure that you immediately go and get that information. Now, in the Emini 30-minute chart, what actually occurred, I went short. I showed folks. I actually put the live trading, my platform up on the screen. They could see the dollars ticking away. And what happened at 1:30 in the afternoon, the Emini hit that first price target of 1714. Now, as it was doing that, it was also getting into the oversold condition. I went ahead and exited my trade. Whenever I enter a trade, I'm bracketed. I have my stop. I have my exit. Obviously, it had the entry points in there. So, the trade results, newsletter was sent out at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you didn't know that trading pattern, which, by the way, I'm going to be teaching that trading pattern in my upcoming course this coming Friday, September the 27th. If you knew that trading pattern, you would have gotten in on that at 1725, or when the newsletter was sent out at 1723. So I get my newsletters out by 8 o'clock in the morning. That allows you to actually trade. If you're just trading the equity positions, you're allowed to go ahead. You can go and buy in the pre-market out there. We exited at 1714. That was a profit of either 9 or 11 points. If you knew the pattern, you would have gotten in as I did and sold short at 1725. The newsletter, when it reached you, was at the price was traveling at 1723. The profit value, $50 per point. Total profit on the trade, either $450 or $550 per contract, depending on what time you actually got in the trade. Now, with $10,000 account balance, you can afford to trade 2 contracts. Total profit between $900 to $1,100. The risk reward, 3.25 was the number of points I was risking. It would have been 5.25 points if you had gotten in at the lower price out there at 1723 out there. For me, when I place a trade in the pattern that I'm going to be teaching in my upcoming Master Trader Workshop, which is Friday, September 27th, which, by the way, costs $595, but it includes the $149 Mastering Probability 1 month of my newsletter. It includes the Money Management Workshop, which is a must. That's also $149 value, and folks, it will pay for itself. Just this one trade alone went ahead and more than paid for the Master Trader Series. I'll teach you how to buy and sell the D points. I'll teach you all about the Gartley and butterfly patterns, the silent signals. I'll also teach you the ultimate change and trend indicator and a number of other tools. But if you're trading without understanding where the bulls and the bears are, then what you're doing is you're trading with tactics. I'm going to teach you trading strategies that are a success. I hope to see you there. All the details are on the homepage at tfnn.com. Price is going to go up by $200 coming this Tuesday, September 24th. So sign up now. If you have any questions, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Have a great day, folks.